Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to News and Views with me, Julie Ali, right here on Salam Media. The time is 8:36 a.m. and that, of course, is South African time. We're crossing over now to Jammu Kashmir, and we'll be talking with a Kashmir-based advocate and lecturer in law, and that is Advocate Malik Aamir. Assalamu alaikum to you, Malik Aamir. Welcome to the program. Whereabout in Kashmir are you based?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. I'm really thankful to your good self for having me and having this wonderful session. And it's really a pleasure for me to get connected with the outer world and with the wider reach. Uh,
Alhamdulillah. Where in Kashmir are you?
I'm in district Baramulla. I'm from district Baramulla.
Baramulla.
Baramulla,
Okay.
yes.
All right, let's get to the heart of the matter, inshallah. We understand that after a decade, elections finally has been held in Jammu and Kashmir. And this, of course, is reviving hopes for democracy and stability, inshallah, in Jammu Kashmir. How did this come about?
Uh, Actually, this dates us back to 2014. In 2014, we had our own local government, but that time it was a coalition with the ruling government at center, that's BJP. But what happened in 2018, in June 2018, that coalition government, it got stuck, or the coalition government, it got devastated by virtue of that. BJP took back its support to PDP, that ruling party that time, because the PDP had no majority, so they couldn't claim the government in its own. So they had to get the help of coalition from the central ruling party, that's BJP. But in 2018, the BJP, that ruling government at center, they took back their support, and it was kind of a political mess, and it got devastated in the region. So in 2018, the coalition got broke down. So in 2019, number of other incidents took place here in the region, particularly that abrogation of Article 370 and Article 35 capital A, wherein the special states was removed or revoked or abrogated. So it was kind of a mess up here in the region. What was a kind of hope that time, when the Honorable Prime Minister of India assured that this doing away with the special states of Jammu and Kashmir is only for the welfare, or it is just a step a step towards people, for the welfare of people, and it is people-centric step that we are doing away with the special states of Jammu and Kashmir. But what happened in the next 10 years? There were no elections. So the last elections that was held in the region, in the state, in the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, it was 2014. But what happened post abrogation of Article 370? There was no kind of local government. So it was under the direct rule of center. There was a presidential rule, that too is right currently going under the presidential rule. So what happened in 2019? It was kind of an assurance by the Honorable Prime Minister that this will lead to the boost, or this will lead to the boom in the development in the region. But in the afterwards, what happened, that there were no local government elections, there was no legislative assembly elections in the region. So 2013, in December 2013, it was only by virtue of the intervention of the apex court, the Supreme Court of India, that directed the Election Commission of India to hold the elections in the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir as soon as possible, at the earliest, on priority basis, and by the end of September 30. So all those arrangements were in place, and the elections were held in September 24, very recent, in the last month.
Yeah.
So the results were just last day, and last it was kind of some relief to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, that now there is an expectation that local government with full majority is going to make the new government in the region. So what happened is that what the results state, or what the results connote, is something different. What we have been assured, that the development will take place and it will be a move of centric, people centric, but the results connote something else or otherwise. and it didn't show kind of that resentment or that kind of welfare bond kind of status. So that's the thing that we are undergoing right now, is that people are somehow very hopeful that local government is going to take place here, and the regional government or the regional party is taking place in the formation of the government. That is the development right now here from Jammu and Kashmir.
Inshallah. So, which party is all set to form the new government and when?
Okay, actually, it's the national conference. They had alliance with the Indian National Congress. This is INC and JKNNC. So these are the two parties. While in the incumbent Umar Abdullah, the former chief minister of Jammu and Kashmir, who had served at that very capacity at the same chair. So he's likely, if the sources are to be believed, then the former chief minister Mr. Umar Abdullah is almost set to take an oath by this weekend and to form the new government.
How do people look at Jammu and Kashmir election results?
That's true. The people look at these election results very closely. They monitor the situation. Look, if things we take in a positive, in a democratic step, since democracy is for the people, it's of the people and by the people. Okay, so here the citizens, it should always be people centric. No matter what the party comes to power, no matter the people who vote them. The thing is, if the party is elected, if the party comes to power, they have to serve, because they're constitutionally bound. They have been empowered by virtue of exercise of franchise by the people. So they're bound, they're duty bound. They have constitutionally abidings, like duties, to almost fulfill all the dreams, and to solve all the problems of the people who have voted them and who have voted them to power. It's not kind of like in reciprocal process. There has to be a reciprocal process. If you are voted to power, then you have to do something for the welfare of your people who are suffering from number of issues. If there are issues on ground, you have to look after at it. So people this time around, they look forward and they are very hopeful that all the issues and all the matters prevalent in ground, they will be redressed and they will be addressed to the best of their leadership, who they have voted to power and who are likely to forming the government in the region. It's very hopeful, and people look at it very closely, and inshallah we hope that everything gets better in the region.
Our du'as are with you. My final question, inshallah. Can you tell us about some of the famous candidates with strong political backgrounds who contested the elections but couldn't or didn't win?
No, actually, this is very interesting question. Actually, the results were unexpected, and some results to other parties, it was unexpected and surprising, shocking to other parties as well. Particularly, I would definitely like to mention some of the prominent leaders who had strong political back, particularly Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, and other Finance Minister Altaf Bukhari is there, Hassan Mir, Imran Raza Ansari, who had hold on the people of his own seat. So this is very close setback, or we can say it's surprising results were announced, because the people were not expecting this kind of result, because the leadership they actually believed in, it was all said that they will be winning, but at the end of the day, when the results were declared, it was really shocking to majority of the people who they actually voted. But the thing is, this time around, what comes to power and who will be winning, who will be forming the government, what matters to people is, whosoever the party comes to power, every solution shall be made on the table, and it should be a kind of a transparency. There should not be like kind of thing, if I'm a common citizen, I have voted some party, it's the mandate. It's the mandate of the party, that ruling party, or that governing party, to almost address all the issues, because it's not the party's own calculated mandate. It's the mandate given by the people who actually vote them to power. It's not the political party's own calculated mandate. It has to be, it has to make it sure that people are just taken into consideration whenever there is any kind of any issue with the people of Jammu and Kashmir. They have to be taken into consideration for the redressal, because there are n number of problems currently in the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, or under the present governance, like drug menace, unemployment. Since the results were declared, the president of the who are supposed to form the government, they outrightly say that now there will be no drug menace. So it's kind of a promise again. People are hopeful that these things will be fulfilled, or these promises will be fulfilled. Again, he also assured that media will be now free. There will be a constitutional guarantee to the right to freedom of speech and expression. Now the interesting point is whether these will be implemented in ground or not. Otherwise, they have just recently promised it in the last day when the results were declared. When they came out, and when they came out into public domain, they expressed their wish. They expressed their manifesto again and promised that media will be now free. All the innocent persons who are behind the bars, who are behind the jail, they will be freed. So it's kind of a hope. Let's hope for the best. Whatsoever happens in the region, I hope, and everybody is hoping that everything gets better here soon.
Inshallah. Inshallah. And that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you indeed for talking with us this morning. Advocate Malik Aamir. He is also a lecturer in law, and he's talking to us from Jammu and Kashmir. All the very best. Our duas with you and all of the people in your part of the world. It is exactly 8:48 a.m. We're moving along, and we're going for our ad breaks. Right now, in a short while, we will be talking to our next guest on the show.